Hey, what is up, guys? We are here with the Rash character breakdown. If you haven't seen the character breakdown videos before, we talk about a character's notable normals, special moves, linkers, enders, instinct, as well as a basic game plan. Rash is back. I actually did a breakdown for him when he was available way back when he was in like beta mode before they announced all of season 3 and they were just getting into stuff. He's still kind of the same guy, but he's got some new fun uses for a lot of his tools. His walk speed's pretty good. His backdash and forward dash are pretty fast. As you may have noticed, his forward dash is a run, which you can halt, or you can keep running it. You can cancel it into his headbutt, which is his battering ram, and stuff like that. So he has a lot of mobility in terms of run. He also has the tongue, which is 3 punch, and you can shoot this in a bunch of different directions. Now for this to trigger, you need to hit a surface. So if I'm full screen and I shoot it, it might miss on the opposite edge. So if I try to shoot it, you can see the tongue has to reach. If the tongue hits a surface, I will stick to it. So, you know, if there's screen space, I can go for some crazy kind of stuff like that. And it can also stick to your opponent, as you see there. You can use it to get around the screen really easily. Tongue will also eat projectiles and build you shadow meters. So if I have Jago go ahead and throw me a fireball here, then I will show you guys. So you just hit 3 punch, you can eat it, you can be in the air and just eat it from below you. That's going to build you shadow meter. It's pretty easy to do. You can do it from whatever angle, and it has a pretty okay hitbox, so it's not too bad. That's the tongue. It's a very good mobility option. You'll use it all the time. So he's very mobile. He gets around the screen really easily between his run, between his battering ram, between stuff like his wrecking ball, the tongue. Yeah, he's just a super fast all over the place. He has crazy juggles. He's just, yeah, he's the business. This character flies around the screen and does whatever he wants. It's great. It's a lot of fun. So let's talk about some of his normals. Light punch and light kick are rapid fireable. They will recapture airborne opponents, and they will auto combo if you just hit light punch a bunch, right? Which, you know, you're probably never gonna do, but it's something you can start your combos with because you can hit confirm it into an actual combo. Same with light kick. You can just start it, see it's gonna hit, and then go for whatever you want to go for. So that's light kick and light punch. Looks just like that. Rapid fireable. His air light punch and crouching light punch are a recapture. So if your opponent is up in the air, whoa, can I do this? Oh no. Maybe that. Yeah. So there's a flip out, is what I meant. Did I call them recaptures? My apologies. They're flip out. So if your opponent's in the air and you're juggling them, you can use your air jab or crouching jab to flip them out. Go for some mix-ups. That's the goods for sure right there. Back heavy punch is this big overhead dunk. It's really plus. You can combo whatever you want after it. Also, check out that linker there. His, man, his big bad boot linker is serious. It's such a great animation. So it just looks like that. So that's back heavy punch. It's this big overhead move. You just clobber them, and it's really plus. You can combo off of it very easily. On block, it's like safe. It's -3, I think, is something like that. His buttons for ground game, which you're going to want to hit at about this range. Standing medium kick and crouching medium kick are pretty big. Standing heavy kick is very big. It moves you forward. And crouching heavy kick, also big range on that. So you can take somebody's knees out pretty far away. It's also good in the air, jumping heavy kick. It has a pretty good horizontal range. Jump heavy punch is this big hand that he sticks out. It has a little bit more of a downward angle than jump heavy kick. Heavy kick is a little better air to air and horizontally. Jump heavy punch sticks his hand straight down like that. Besides that, you're gonna use standing heavy punch a lot. It's 2 hits. You can turn this into a combo by hitting whatever button. You're also gonna use crouching heavy punch, especially in your juggles. You can just do you can do crazy juggles with this character. Yeah, he's all over the place, and cash him out for big damage. That was one of the things that he didn't do back when we had him in beta. He didn't have as crazy juggles as he does, and he wasn't as good as keeping that kind of stuff up. Let's talk about some of his special moves. Big bad boot is quarter circle forward kick. This big boot attack like that. Those are the 3 strengths. EX version looks like this, and the EX version is a reversal. One thing to keep in mind about the big bad boot is that you can run cancel it. So that's all versions of it, and you can combo off of them too if you try to run cancel them and go in for whatever. So you can do them on block and then run cancel and go for whatever you want. Usually not too safe, but yeah, you can turn your strings into stuff. You can even do it from like right there. It doesn't have to be on hit either. You can whiff cancel into the run as well. That is his big bad boot. Wrecking balls, course go back light kick. This move has armor on it. It has a hit of armor on it. It can also be done in the air. So it's another thing you got to watch out for in terms of air mobility from this character. He can go off the wall, and you got to watch out for the wrecking ball as well. So he can get around the screen pretty easily. And wrecking ball is a wall splat if it hits. You can combo off of it with a throw. Speaking of his throw, this is one of the only throws you can direct while you move it. So you can throw them early if you want. You can just hit throw and then hit another button and you'll throw them again. You can also walk back and forth and then throw them whatever direction you want. So if I want to throw them back into the corner just like that, then I can do that. If you do a back throw and you're like, oh wait, I don't want to throw them out of the corner, right? How about I just put them back over there? So yeah, you can actually delay it a little bit and you can think about it. You can also just do this kind of stuff and be mean. So that's what his throw looks like. His other special move is Battering Ram. I showed this off earlier. Quarter circle forward punch. You can also do it out of the run by hitting Fierce Punch. And there's a shadow version of this as well. Looks like that. Shadow Wrecking Ball looks just like this. And it's still a wall splat. As far as his enders go, I showed off some of the linkers earlier from Big Bad Boot. But Big Bad Boot is his damage ender. He just kicks him right in the face. So that's pretty much what that's all about. It's just your main go-to damage ender. The shadow version is a shadow cash out, so you can use it to get big damage. I'll just show you guys level 3 into it. Yeah, so pretty good damage on that. That is his shadow ender. The Battering Ram is an exchange ender, so it switches sides, right? So if you want to go back into the corner, you can do this kind of stuff. Zip line to the other side, go for mix-ups, whatever you want to do. And the Wrecking Ball ender is a wall bounce, a wall splat. So yeah, that's what the Wrecking Ball ender is. It's a wall splat even if it hits him just in neutral, but also a wall splat if you land it just, in a combo, if you do it as a combo ender. Now, that's pretty much the basics of Rash's moving around, getting crazy kind of stuff, right? He has all these big normals, and he has crazy mobility, he has all these juggles, he has special moves that he can run cancel to get in your face, so he's really about getting up in your face, making you uncomfortable, rushing you down, right? One thing to keep in mind about this tongue too, though, is that it's not the safest way in. If you block the tongue, he's going to be pretty negative, but you got to watch out for that as well against Rash. So it's just something to keep in mind. Let's talk about the instinct. The instinct allows him to call speeder bikes. So if I hit instinct here, you can see I can ride the bike in, and he looks just like that. Now, the thing is, if I hit heavy punch and heavy kick again, I'll summon another bike. And you can see these bikes are really plus if they hit. Like, you can land and combo off them pretty easily. Another thing to keep in mind is that you don't have to ride them. If you jump and call the bike, it can come in on the ground. And the bike is a recapture. So if it hits an airborne opponent, it will pull them back into the ground so you can do a combo. But yeah, so when you ride the bike, if you hold back, you'll slow down a little bit. If you hold up, you'll jump. So you don't have to go in guns blazing. You can slow things down a little bit. If you read that they're going to jump, you can just jump and hit them with the bike and it'll recapture them. You can also call it in pressure. So I can zip line over, call the bike, go for crazy mix-ups like that. There's a lot of interesting stuff you can do with it. And the bike is just, man, it's so fast. Your opponent will just start getting run over by it over and over. You just hit them with it once, and then you call another one, and then you zip line in, and then you can combo off of it and go into whatever you want to do. It's really strong for pressure, really good for getting in. It's his big comeback factor, and it makes the character really dangerous. You just get in there with it. It's really tough to deal with mid-screen when you can start doing call the bike, zip over his head to the other side, and it's just tough. It's really, really tough. So that's Rash. He's in your face. He gets down and dirty. He likes to flex. Do I have his taunt on? No, I don't think I do. I'll turn on his taunt just to show it to you guys, because I know everybody wants to see the taunt. Make it this button. So he has his taunt. Yeah, it's pretty good. How do you do the other one? Is it down plus taunt? Oh, it is. He has the slower thrust, and then he has the quicker thrust. This is the kind of intense gameplay breakdown you can expect here on the channel. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. This is the important stuff, and I'll see you guys again soon.